Hey, what's going on, everybody? Strider's back with another pre-game stats breakdown. So starting off on the red team, we are going to have a Riven, Katarina, Olaf, Blitzcrank, and Corki versus the blue team, who has Ezreal, Kassadin, Maokai, Leona, and Shen. So right off at the top lane, we're going to have Katarina versus the Shen. Katarina mains caster while Shen mains support. Katarina will probably have an advantage here just because she's probably played Katarina quite a bit. But if we take a look, Katarina has only been played by this person 19 times with a 63% win ratio. Not a whole lot of games, but a great win percentage. Shen's actually only been played by this person 3 times with a 33% win ratio. I think I'm definitely going to have to give this one to the Katarina, even though her ultimate is going to be completely countered by the Shen. I think she'll just overall be able to farm much better and have just a huge impact later on in the game. But then if we take a look at the mid lane, we're going to have Riven versus the Kassadin. Riven mains top while Kassadin mains caster. I don't know how to really say who's going to win that matchup just based on that. But Riven's been played by this person 7 times with a 57% win ratio, which is pretty decent. It's just not a lot of games. Kassadin's been played by this person 4 times with a 75% win ratio. Again, just not a lot of games played. I think Kassadin's silence is going to greatly impact the Riven. It's going to prevent her from running away. It's going to prevent her from doing a lot of her damage. So I think I'll give it to the Kassadin in the long run, even though they're both melee. I just think Kassadin may have a little bit of an advantage over the Riven, but it should be relatively even. And then if we take a look at the jungle, we're going to have Olaf versus the Maokai. Now, Olaf mains jungle while also does Maokai, so no one's going to have a huge advantage there. Olaf's been played by this person only 1 time in ranked games Season 3 with a 100% win ratio. Maokai's been played by this person quite a bit more, almost 35 times with a 55.88% win ratio. It is the odd one. I think I'm just going to have to give it to him anyway, just because his Maokai is extremely aggressive and does a lot of ganking, and it's just really, really phenomenal. But then if we take a look at the bottom lane, last but not least, we are going to have a Corki versus an Ezreal. Corki mains support while Ezreal mains AD carry. This should give Ezreal a huge advantage. Corki has never been played by this person either, which makes it even worse. Ezreal's been played by this person about 59 times with a 55.9% win ratio. So I'll definitely have to give that one to the Ezreal. And then if we take a look at the supports, we're going to have Blitzcrank versus Leona. Blitzcrank mains top while Leona mains caster. No one's going to have a big advantage there. Blitzcrank's never been played by this person, though, and Leona's only been played by this person 3 times. She has won 2 out of the 3, so I'm definitely going to have to give the bottom lane to the blue team. But if you add up all the wins and losses for the champions that each person is playing, the red team has about a 62.96% chance of winning, while the blue team has a 56.31% chance of winning. The only thing I'm really worried about is that everybody on the red team has almost not played their champion at all, where the blue team looks like they have a little bit more experience with the champions that they're playing. So I think I'm going to go against the numbers this time and actually put my vote in for the blue team. So let's go ahead and get in the game and see what happens. Hey, what's going on, everyone? Strider's back with another slice of ELO heaven, back once again, and of course we are going to be seeing a lot more Kassadins now ever since this weekend's IEM tournament with XPK going absolutely crazy on his Kassadin, which was just a beautiful sight. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. If anyone did not watch the IEM tournament this weekend, it was actually really, really good. It's probably going to be one of the last amazing tournaments that we will get to see in quite some time. I'm guessing like 3 to 4 months until about the halfway point of Season 3. Not necessarily, I mean, Season 3 throughout should be great. It should be phenomenal. Rugged grab. Merp. No, it should be great, but then again, it's only like 2 games per week. It's not going to be a weekend of a ton of games, which I personally like better because I would rather, I don't know, I'm on the fence about it, because sometimes I really like to just sit there and I could watch League of Legends for 10 hours straight, absolutely no problems. But then again, at the same time, it sucks if you have to do it 3 days in a row and you only, I don't know, sometimes it's just not as great as I would like it to be, I guess. I don't know, it's hard to say. It's not like, Monday Night Football and other sports where you can watch it for 6-7 hours and it's great, and people always get in trouble with their girlfriends or their wives because they're statistically speaking anyway, because all they want to do is watch football, right? even though it's once a week or something like that. When it's League of Legends, it may not be every single week, but right now it's once every month or two, sometimes more frequently, and it's for 3 to 4 days straight. So if you don't have a girl that is, or if you don't have a mate, I guess, that is also in the League of Legends, the chances of you being able to watch an entire tournament is slim to none. That, and of course, usually it's on the weekends, and a lot of people, the age demographic that it targets, don't have the typical, 9 to 5 job, which also proposes some problems. So what they're doing to kind of help adjust it a little bit is that they're just going to do one, I think it's only one game. I don't even know if it's a best of 3, to be honest. I'm pretty sure it's only going to be one game, which would be interesting. It wouldn't be the worst thing ever. I would like to see best of 3 every day. I think that would be kind of nice. I mean, it'd be 3 hours for the most part, give or take, Ooh, Katarina putting down a really early ward, doing a nice job. She's actually starting out with the bouncing blade, which I don't necessarily agree with. It's not the best thing to start out with, but it's not the worst. Oh wow, Blitzcrank getting completely caught out of position. Gonna have to flash out of there. And yes, the mana barrier is popped. Corki doing a ridiculous amount of damage. Is he going to follow up? No, it does not look like it. And wow, this could be really bad. The grab doesn't quite land onto the Ezreal. Leona getting there as much as possible. And that is going to be the first blood for Leona. And now Blitzcrank could be following. Yes! Blitzcrank does follow. In the meantime, Riven trying to initiate onto the Kassadin, but doesn't look like it's going to happen. And blue team has a significant lead early on in this game. Is this going to continue? That is the question that everyone wants to know. Dun dun dun. Ezreal doing a great job. 5-6 CS to 0. And he also has a kill with an assist. So that's going to be extremely dangerous. Is he going to go back and buy an item to try to get an advantage or not? That is the next question. Yeah, as I was saying, I mean, back to everything that's going on with Season 3. It should be an excellent... Ooh, Arcane Smash going down. Is she going to get... Yes, Twist Advance coming out. She does use the flash. She's going to try to get out of there. It doesn't look like she'll be able to go down. Ooh, wow. Ghost being popped by Olaf. Really trying to get back into that fight and kind of turn it around just a little bit. Red team ping down this ward since they do know it is warded. So great spot up by Riven, noticing that there was a ward placed there. And she's going to throw one down just in case. Might as well ward the same exact brush, because that's most likely where they would be ganking from. Yeah, overall Season 3 should be a great experience. I think, like I said, I think it's just going to be a best of 1, but we'll have, the Thursday, Friday... Is it Wednesday, Thursday for America? Or for North America? And then Saturday, Sunday? No, yeah, it's Saturday, Sunday, I think, for Europe. And then Thursday, Friday for NA. I don't know what Korea is going to be, or Southeast Asia. I'm not exactly sure what the schedules for those are yet, because I don't think they've actually released that portion of it yet. But most likely those will be in the middle of the night anyway, so it's not going to be a big deal. For the majority of us, we'll have to watch the VODs on those. But regardless, there's going to be a ton of games to watch. There's, like 5 regions, I think? 4 or 5 regions? So there's almost always going to be a game to watch every single day of the week. We're pretty dang close. Should always be interesting. So I haven't decided if we're actually going to be able to get replays of Season 3 and then be able to do VODs on that. Personally, I think that would be really, really awesome for the community to be able to have different spectators. Oh, Blitzcrank could come out with a nice rocket grab. Ooh, does land directly onto Leona. Leona's going to get snagged out of there. Not going to throw down her stun. Shield of Daybreak not quite going out. Oh, Riven taking a lot of damage from up top. Olaf is going really close to be dying. And oh, Kassadin just barely picks up the kill on the Riven at the same time. Excellent job by Kassadin. I can't believe that happened. But the silence against Riven is so incredibly powerful. She does do a lot of auto attack damage still, but she does more when she's able to throw in broken wings in between each basic attack. So A lot of times you think silences are specifically geared towards... Oh, a nice flash taunt coming out with the Twisted Advance, and yes, they're going to finish that up. Shen end up going down in the end of that, but that is going to be okay. They're willing to trade that. Shen is already ahead just by a little bit, and Katarina's going to go... She's going to lose quite a significant bit of experience. Oh, Corki getting stunned out. The Shield Daybreak doing quite a bit of damage. Is he going to go down? One more auto attack is going to finish this up. Oh, man. Oh, that's so many auto attacks going down. They're so close to dead, but nobody is around to clean it up. Oh, my gosh. Very terrifying for the red team. Red team really needs to back up, but so does the blue team. Flash grab coming out. Is he going to die from it? Yes, he will. Giving the kill to Ezreal, using the flash and missing it at the same time. Definitely not worth it, but it was a very nice attempt. In the meantime, Riven is coming around from the back edge. She does have her ultimate. She doesn't have flash, though. She could be in a hell of a situation to pick up a very beautiful double kill. Oh, nice Zenith Blade going down, and they're going to pick that up. Riven is going to come out from the end, throws down the ultimate, picks up a nice kill, and wow, Shen is following up on it. Are they going to be able to follow it up? It doesn't look like Kassadin's coming around from the back. Is it going to happen? He is level 6. He does have his Rift Walk, and oh man, yes, just he used the flash so he could get the damage from the Rift Walk. Very beautiful play from Kassadin. Not something you typically would see. Oh, and teleport with the Shadow Dash coming out. She's going to be able to Shumpo to her own ward and get out of there without any problems. So, wow, this is shaping out to be a very interesting game. Very surprising. Very, very surprising indeed. So Shen used his ultimate, down bottom, to save the team, try to get a kill. And he did help out a little bit. Got an assist. And then he teleported right back up top and tried to get a kill on the Katarina. Unfortunately for them, she did have a ward in there. She was able to get to it. Kassadin picking up this blue buff, which is going to be extremely useful for him. He does have the Tear of the Goddess, and looks like he's also going... This is a very old school build for him. Riven's able to clean up these minions like crazy, but very old school build on this Kassadin, going Tear of the Goddess first, and then slowly building into the Catalyst or the Protector. So most likely he will end up going... I don't know if he's... Yeah, it should be interesting. And again, that silence is so powerful against this Riven right now. Riven just... You don't realize how much you rely on your spells as some AD casters do. So having a silence is extremely useful, and especially against Katarina too. That silence is really going to help against her because you can just silence her out of her ultimate. So they have quite a few ways to actually get her out. They have the Arcane Smash. They have 2 spells from Leona. That'll be able to... Maybe 3? I'm not actually sure if Zenith Blade... Yeah, Achievement Stroke will be briefly rooted. No, so it's only a root, it's not a stun. They will... So she has 2 spells that will be able to get Katarina out of her ultimate. Shen has 1, Maokai has 1, and Kassadin has 1. Wow, a whole lot of damage going in. Kassadin will almost be able to get out of there. No, he does not. Not quite able to follow up, and wow, Olaf is going really hard in the paint. But wow, he is not giving up on this. Katarina trying to follow up. Are they going to do anything with it? No, the double buffs on Olaf are just extremely powerful right now, and there's nothing that they can do about that. Top lane is pretty much even as far as CS goes. Olaf spotted out by a ward that just expired. Nice little Arcane Smash, followed up with the sapling damage. Doing a great job. Olaf's actually, well, it is the odd one. He is a phenomenal Maokai player. Not many people play Maokai like him. He does have a very interesting style, very gank-heavy style, but it's extremely effective, as the majority of you know. And of course, as you can just kind of tell by this game, going extremely gank-heavy with Boots mobility. Basically as his first item. I mean, he does have a Spirit Stone, but that's pretty standard, pretty typical, which is definitely going to help. He needs the health regen, he needs the mana regen, and so getting that Spirit Stone really does help. But rushing the Boots mobility just increases his effectiveness in ganks by tenfold for the most part. There's a lot of CC, can root quite a few people, and it's going to be extremely good against a Riven because Riven has a lot of mobility herself, but Maokai with Boots mobility should be able to catch up to him without any problems. Haven't seen any action in bottom lane in quite some time. Blitzcrank is just kind of hanging around. Not doing a whole lot, but wow, he is going to get just a little... He doesn't want to go for a power fist onto her. He knows that grabbing her is probably going to be a bad idea. Because she can just stun somebody right away. She can either stun him right away or stun Corki right away, depending. And a nice little ward coming in. Blitzcrank doesn't even bother trying to attack. They probably could have taken that down. Blitzcrank can auto attack and then power fist auto attack to reset it, and then Corki would have had that auto attack on it as well. Wow. Riven doing a pretty good job surviving. Wow, a ton of damage going down. Oh my gosh, a beautiful solar flare getting both members. And wow, one more auto attack. That is going to finish it up. Olaf is in a position to completely obliterate the Shen, but he is going to have to recall. Get out of there. Is a stun going to come out onto Olaf? Oh, the axe is going down. But, oh man, Leona is stuck out of position all by herself. Ooh, a nice flash coming out, but is Shen going to be able to get out of this? No, it doesn't look like it. He gets picked up, and Maokai goes in, tries to pick up the kill. He is going to go down himself, flashes over the wall. Oh, they're able to pick up the kill. Oh, is the Assembly going to kill it? Boom, Kassadin cleaning up the fight just as he does, and now they're pinging on Dragon, which I don't know if it's the best idea. Maokai doesn't have any health right now, but it looks like they really just don't care. If Ezreal can get in there and put on a nice little... yeah, Essence Flux can definitely help their team, but I just don't think he has enough mana for it right now. And wow, they're able to take that extremely quickly. Nice little help with Kassadin's Nether Blade. That's definitely a spell that's quite underrated. And Blitzcrank is getting cut out of position here. He is kind of all by himself. Ezreal has no mana. Is he going to get grabbed through the wall? That could have been scary. He's going to be able to recall without any problems. Good for him. Good for him. Ooh, a nice solar flare coming out. She's trying to just destroy all the minions as fast as possible. She does get grabbed. She doesn't have her stun up. This could be really bad for Leona, but she is able to kind of get them off the tower. She did kind of bait a majority of her health pool. But, you know, with the Philosopher's Stone, she'll be able to get her health back up eventually. It'll take a while. I don't know if it'll ever actually get back to full. But she was able to back them off of the tower and hopefully wait for Ezreal. Ezreal is level 8. He does have his True Shot Barrage up still, so he can clear out that creep wave without any problems. Oh, another grab going down on Leona. This could be very dead, Leona. One more auto attack, and wow. Corki did not have enough for the Phosphorus Bomb. Actually opted to go with the Missile Barrage since it cost less than he was able to afford it. Very unfortunate. That would have been a guaranteed kill had Corki had the mana, but it just did not work. Corki doing a... Oh man, this could be really bad. Pings coming out onto Olaf. Luckily they had a ward in that Tribe Rush, which really helped. But they are putting so much pressure on this tower now. They're going to either have to tank it or take it down. Ezreal's going to do what he can. Corki taking so much damage still. True Shot Barrage coming out. Oh, it does so much damage. Almost picks up that Corki. But it hit like 3 or 4 minions first, which prevented that from actually killing him. And as some people may not know, the more it actually hits, like the more targets his True Shot Barrage hits, the less damage it does. It does 8% damage less for each unit it hits, with a minimum of 30% of its actual damage. So since it hit 3 or 4 minions before it hit Corki, it was already down like almost 30%, which is a pretty hefty percent, to be honest. That's it's significantly less, but I don't know if 30% of almost, 500 damage, I don't know if that would have been... Yeah, 90 health, that might have killed him. Maybe. If it didn't hit any minions, but the chance of that happening are slim to none. Either way, he needed it to clear out the wave, which is exactly what he used it for. He's landing those missiles like ridiculous. Those mystic shots, there's absolutely nothing they can do. They're like homing missiles right now. Just hit every single one. Solar Flare coming out and a beautiful Zenith Blade. Holy cow, that was an awesome grab right in the middle of the Zenith Blade. Absolutely beautiful. Oh no, True Shot Barrage does end up missing. Shen coming in for the shield just to get an assist. And that is definitely an okay use for it. A lot of people don't agree with wasting your ult, quote unquote. But getting a free assist without actually doing anything, I mean, it doesn't give your team any additional gold, but it gives you some additional gold, and it helps prevent any potential aggression coming out from their jungler. And now Shen is going to lose this top tower because of it. I don't think it was necessary for him to do that, but I mean, if he really wanted an assist, he was getting zoned out hard, it's very possible that, you know, it's just something you need to do. So right off the bat, blue team gets one tower from it, but they lose two back to back, which is definitely not good. They don't want to keep that. And yes, the Rod of Age is coming out from Kassadin first, and I don't know what he's going to build next. It could be a couple things. I don't know if he's going to opt for the Archangel Staff. I really do like the changes to the Archangel Staff. I haven't seen it built on many champions still, even though it's really, really good. It's just one of those all or nothing type of items that if you get it and you can max it out, it's phenomenal. But oh man, this could be really bad. Blitzcrank grabbing a minion, actually not quite doing too much, and wow, Arcane Smash going down. He's going to throw out a sapping just to get Vision into the bush. Kassadin coming in, he is going to be able to clean that up with a basic attack. In the meantime, Blitzcrank is running. He knows that there is no tower here. He's going to be relatively fine off, and that overdrive is just helping him out so much. Actually, max out the rocket grab. Very interesting. You don't see very many people do that. It does put it on a significant shorter of a cooldown, which is why some people do it, I believe. But they're just either really confident in their grabs or not confident in their grabs. I don't exactly know what the reasoning for it is, but getting your grab on a similar cooldown to your Power Fist is definitely useful. And the damage of it is ridiculous. I mean, it just does a ridiculous amount of damage. 300 damage on a rocket grab. So it's definitely good in lane once you hit level 9. It's pretty significant. It's a significant chunk of damage. And going up against... Yeah, I mean, Corki, he does quite a bit of burst himself, but you still want to have CC along with the damage. So if you're confident in your hooks that you can land them, because it's not quote-unquote guaranteed damage, but if you're confident that you can land them, and you definitely need it, especially going up against the team that they're going up against, Ezreal, because he can basically immune the shots with just doing an Arcane Shift. Because the Arcane Shift will just make it so he doesn't end up getting grabbed at all. Wow, Flash! Oh, Arcane Smash, True Shot Barrage going out, doing a ton of damage. Corki's down to 14 HP. Is he going to be able to get out of there? Maokai goes down. Katarina taking a ton of damage, and oh my gosh, a beautiful Shadow Dash. Oh, and then the follow-up. Oh, double kill for Kassadin. That was a great job by Shen, getting a taunting off one of the enemies, as well as throwing in that Vorpal Blade for the kill. Absolutely beautiful job already. Kassadin at 7 kills, and this is going to be extremely dangerous. Yes, he may have technically lost his lane since he did not get his middle tower, and he lost his middle tower. But, on the other hand, he has been doing a great job roaming around and picking up those straggling kills. It's like, because they realize that the red team's bottom lane is being extremely aggressive. They have an extremely aggressive lane, being Corki and Blitzcrank. Those are two extremely high front-loaded DPS CC champions. It's very difficult to actually outlane that comp. And they realized that, Kassadin was just like, alright, well, I'll just roam bottom, and every time they make an aggressive move, they just say, okay, Leona and Ezreal, stay in the fight, do as much damage as you can, and I'll clean it up. And so that's exactly what's happened. Every time that they try to do a move, it turns out that Leona and Ezreal are actually not having that much of a... yeah, they're not having that much of a difference at all. They're actually coming out pretty heavily on top just because they're able to poke them down quite significantly. So Ezreal is 7-1, Kassadin is 7-1, and those are two champions you don't want to feed. Being an AD carry and an AP like Kassadin, being an assassin, it's really, really bad. So I don't really know what Kassadin's possibly going to be getting next. He has 2,100 gold. I'm very interested to see why he hasn't done anything. Oh, that's a surrender vote. I probably agree with that surrender vote. I mean, yeah, the gold difference wasn't all that high. The blue team did get 2 dragons. They were kind of down on CS, or they were pretty much even, so there wasn't a huge difference. The kills were a big difference. They were down by 13 kills, which is pretty significant. But overall, I mean, the gold wasn't that big of a difference. I've seen much worse. Typically, if it's 10k gold deficit at 20 minutes, that gets really bad. But 5k, not. It's still significant, don't get me wrong, it's still significant, but I don't know if it's enough to actually surrender. But if you take a look at the AD carry on the red team, it's 0 kills, 1 assist. Was able to farm really effectively, but he just didn't have anything when Ezreal was at the same CS with 8 assists and 7 kills. Yeah, the kill distribution was so good on the blue team, being all Kassadin, all Ezreal. That's basically all they needed, and everybody else, all they needed was to be tanky. And so Maokai, he was getting tanky, and Shen, he was getting tanky. So there's just nothing. I don't think the red team would have been able to come back from that. So I do agree with it, but then again, never surrender, never give up, all that other good stuff. I never like to surrender because you never know what'll happen, but I do understand why they did. But yeah, guys, make sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you do like my videos and you want to see more. It really does help out the channel a lot more than you'd think. I'm trying to potentially get this to a full-time job at some point in time. Hopefully this year I'll be able to decide if that's actually doable or not. And then I'll be able to crank out like 4 or 5 videos per day, possibly, doing a lot of different other stuff besides just strictly casting. Either way, so let me know if you guys have any suggestions for a new type of League of Legends show that you would like to see, or any champions or players that you also want to see. I can find those as well. But yeah, just hit me up. We do have a drinking show live every Saturday. This weekend, or this week, it was actually on a Monday because my friend Wobbles just came back from Egypt on Monday, so we kind of hung out with him, although he was severely food poisoned. So anyway, that's a different story for a different time. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will try to record a couple more today and see what I can pump out for you. And until then, I will see you tomorrow. Bye.